Alright, guys, we have breaking news out of the NBA right now. Um, I'm just mixed emotions right now. Um, I don't know how to feel. But there's a lot of stuff going on, so I'm gonna try to break it down for you guys. Um, Most importantly, this is mostly about the Celtics, because that's what's been going around involving this is their first major off-season move. Um, and so they've done some things, and I'm gonna break it down basically for you guys. So as you can see here, we have Celtics are working on this was 17 hours ago, so I'm gonna start from when it happened yesterday. They're working on a trade to acquire Porzingis with a three-team deal that sends Brogdon to the Clippers. Okay, and then the LA Clippers will be sending Morris and Amir Kofi in a 30th pick to Washington. Okay. All right. So then, as soon as I saw that, first of all, my friend actually told me about the trade, but I didn't believe it because like, I've gotten fake. I don't believe that stuff until I see it for myself, and then, sure enough, I look it up. As you can see here, in this here, we're working on a deal. We're closing out a deal to trade him. I'm like, all right, perfect. Like we get a center. We lost nothing. And the Wizards got robbed, pretty much of how Bradley Beal, as you can see. But, so, he would opt into his final year for his $36 million contract to make the trade happen. But, there's issues, and then they're saying that Gallo would have to be in the trade too, which I don't want to let him go because I actually want to see him play. Yeah, I think he's a really good piece for us, but I mean he's getting old. He's 35, so I guess so. But and then moving on here, we have this is a couple hours later, and the three-team trade actually falls apart now. Now this is what I don't like. I don't like how they say that the trade is finalized, and then they say it's not. Don't say it's official until it's official. Don't post until the trade has been finalized. I don't like this, playing with people's emotions. It's just. But anyways, it said that the Clippers have fallen apart, so the whole deal has fallen apart. Sides are moving on. Okay, so no Porzingis, and then the Wizards are still working on a deal to get Porzingis to the Celtics in an opt-in trade scenario. Okay? Now, it's not going to be a three-way. The Clippers have, what I'm saying? The Clippers have declined the trade offer. They're out. So it's just us two. And he still has the ability to decline his $36 million contract player option and become a free agent. Okay? So, and they're working under a midnight deadline, so that's why I slept around like what 1 a.m. 1:30. I was watching Flight Reacts his reaction to the trade. I saw his first video, and then I was about to go to sleep, and then I saw he uploaded a second video about the trade declined, and I saw Marcus Smart in a Grizzlies jersey, and I was like, hold on, and I knew I had to come on here and react for you guys. But basically, Celtics didn't want. So I'll get to that later. But they basically didn't want to wait until deeper into Wednesday night completion. Wizard and Celtics are working, so the Clippers are out. Yeah, we know that. And then the Clippers trade. The whole three-team trade is declined. So they got our hopes up. Now this is what hour or two later. They're finalizing the deal again, just between us and the Wizards, and that he's going to opt into his final year of his contract, $36 million. Okay. And then they're also completing a three-way deal with Memphis now. Now Memphis is in here, which will send Tyus Jones to the Wizards. Okay. Now here's the big one right here. This is the big one. Celtics are trading Marcus Smart to Grizzlies as part of deal. Now, first of all, he's been an 8-year veteran on our team. When we picked him up in the draft 2014, he's played with us ever since. He's gotten better each year. It's sad to see him go, obviously, but if we want Porzingis, we're going to need to, get rid of some players for cap space because, the new cap space rule. So, meaning that Ja Morant is now going to be playing alongside Marcus Smart. Well, not at least for the first 25 games. Smart's going to be filling in. But them two as a duo, that's a scary backcourt duo, to say the least. Smart has that dog in him. He was our only player that actually had that dog in him. And he was our best hustler. Pretty sure he won like Hustler of the Year award or something like that recently. But yeah, he's really good. He's a really good pickup. I'm happy for the Grizzlies. They got someone good. But I hope in the future that we can actually trade people and get him back. He can retire with us. That would be cool. Sucks to see him go, but it happens. If we want to get better, we have to let go of some of our players. If we want to get Porzingis, we're gonna have to let him go, and I think he's a good pickup. We're gonna have some good defense in the post. We can actually rebound. He can actually shoot okay. He's an offensive-minded player, which is cool. And this potentially will send Horford to the bench. And this will supposedly have Derek White now fill in for Smart. And imagine that starting five. White's good. I think, we should definitely sign him. We should pay him because of Game 6. He pretty much saved us from getting eliminated. He forced a Game 7. So if we can have White, Brown, Tatum, Williams, and Porzingis starting five, we're a contender. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna jinx it, but we're a contender for sure. And as you see here, Grizzlies have been searching for a tough-minded, playoff-tested veteran for a young roster. True. I mean, they do have Steven Adams, but he's been injured, so that's a good pickup for them. It sucks. Just look, 2.7 million. This is crazy. Obviously it sucks to see him go, but it happens. If we want to get better, that's what we got to do. And then, also, this is off topic to the Celtics, but Chris Middleton declined his $40 million player with the Bucks, and he's now a free agent. That's big news. He's still really good. He's still a really good piece for any championship team. Now, going back to the Celtics trade. So, we send Smart to the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones goes to the Wizards, and I think they send the Wizards a pick. So, the Wizards now are in a rebuilding. They got rid of Beal. They got rid of Kuzma. They might. Not yet, though. He declined his contract. And now Porzingis. They're going into full rebuild mode, which they should have gone years ago. All right? It's a much-needed rebuild. So the Wizards, the Grizzlies, they obviously get Smart. And then they send Tyus Jones and a picks to the Wizards. Wizards, they send us Porzingis. And then we also get 2023 and 2024 first-round picks, which is pretty good. But in return, we have to give them, I think I saw somewhere, we have to give them Gallinari, Muscala, couple picks, and then I think some other player. I'm not sure. It was like Pritchard or something. Don't quote me on that. But, man, Muscala is good. He can shoot the 3-ball. He's really good. But he only played in, the regular season. I only got to see them play in person last game of the regular season against the Hawks when the bench was consistently playing. The bench is good. I don't know why I didn't understand why we didn't play the bench more in the playoffs. It's coach's fault, but they're really good players. So I think the Wizards are getting them. The Wizards are, they're getting some good players in exchange, but they're losing their stars. So, and keep in mind that Porzingis has had an all-star caliber year. and he's coming off his best year in terms of games played. He's played like 65 games healthy. So let's pray, you know what I'm saying? Let's pray that he can actually stay healthy with us. Maybe get a good solid 30, 40 games alongside Williams. And then we'll be good. So the Grizzlies are sending obviously the first round picks 22, 23, and 24. And they're sending number 25 on Thursday night in 2024. So we're getting the 25th pick. So we shifted into the first round now. It's via Golden State. So Golden State's pick is coming to us through the Grizzlies. And then Middleton's possibly getting a return on the new deal. Celtics were sending a 35th pick on Thursday to the Wizards. So we got, higher draft picks. Yep, so Wizards are acquiring Gallinari and Muscala in the deal too. It sucks. They're good players. Gallinari's been injured the whole season with his ACL, so it sucks to lose him, but it happens. You're gonna have to give up some players in order to make your team better. And then so here's confirmation. Smart goes to the Grizzlies. And then that's pretty much it from here. I'm gonna do a reaction to Kenny's video. I know I saw it on Flight Reacts, but is this him? I think this is him, right? Yeah. What? I swear I saw the YouTube video. Maybe I'm tripping. Kenny NBA trade reactions. I saw maybe the first 4 minutes in Flight's video. Oh, Kenny for real. Okay. This is his second channel maybe, or his main. So let's see. So Celtics and Porzingis is a perfect match. I think so. I mean, he's still a young player. He's in his late 30s. I think he's a good pickup, but obviously we lose Smart in that deal, so we'll see how it pans out in preseason and upcoming. But I know for sure we will be able to get Smart back. I know that for a fact. We're gonna get him back. Okay. And also, this is probably my last time pausing the video, but same thing happened with Isaiah Thomas, right? He only played with us for 2 seasons, 2015 till 17. Now same thing happened with Smart, where we just let him go. It sucks because they're both really good players. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is still young. He's in his early 30s. I mean, if we pick him up for veteran experience, we can have him on the bench, or hell, even coaching experience. I mean, we already have, we have Sam Castle and, a bunch of veteran coaches we just signed and picked up. But if we can have Isaiah Thomas or any free agent that's not in the NBA, veteran, it can really help out, teach the young guys a lesson, Let me turn up the volume in this bit. Let's see if you guys can hear it. Yeah, I'll keep it 0 decibels.
I know the Bradley Beal one's tough because you didn't get any draft capital back for the second leading scorer in your franchise history. But still, washing your hands, you're going to forget about all of this. You know what I'm saying? Kristaps Porzingis is a Boston Celtic, and I don't know. I don't know. The Clippers are expected to trade pick number 30 to the Wizards. So that...
Yeah, the Clippers fell out, so Clippers are not.
You got more in this trade than you did for the Bradley Beal trade, Wizards fans. 30th overall pick. Jimmy Butler was drafted 30th overall years back, so...
True, but...
just got to find the guy. I cannot lie, man. I really, really do like the idea of Kristaps Porzingis being on the Boston Celtics. Obviously, the biggest question mark regarding Kristaps Porzingis has always been the health.
Health, yeah.
Last year, he had the healthiest season of his young career. He's been around for a
Yeah, you
minute.
got to keep
The
that in
healthiest
mind
season
too.
of his career, playing like 65 games, and I think the last 7 of those games, the Washington Wizards themselves
Sorry, all
decided to
this,
shut him down because they were going for high
you know,
draft lottery odds.
yard
So
work
he could have
happening
potentially played a
outside.
70-game
I don't know if
season.
y'all
We
can
knew
hear
the
it, but
Boston Celtics
try
could
to
not just run it back for
keep it
the
on the low.
100th year in a row. They needed to make some changes. Some people thought it might have been Jaylen Brown because he's up for that $300 million extension.
Yeah, so we can actually, if we have enough money, I think we should go for it. We should definitely sign Brown to the contract. And then next year Tatum if we have the money. Because keep in mind, they're young. Tatum's 19, right? And then Brown's in his early 20s, 26. I think it's good we keep them because first of all, we drafted them. We drafted them as did Smart. And we kept them the whole time. Extend them, They're just entering their prime. If you max contract extend them, that's going to be good.
Malcolm Brogdon and Kristaps Porzingis have the same question.
Like, think about it. They're just entering their prime. Why would we want to lose them?
I mean, we just saw 6 man
There's nobody that we can get that's as good as them in exchange. They're one of a kind. Duo.
Really high. Both of these players are going to the last year of their contract because Kristaps Porzingis opted into it. And when we got to the playoffs this season, and we did see the injured version of Malcolm Brogdon.
True.
And already they have this log jam as far as primary.
I mean, we already have too many guards, so we had to let one up. We need some more bigs.
Or the Jays, that's 4 guys right there. And then though Malcolm Brogdon is one of the steady forces with him winning 6 man of the year, there still is a log jam at the position.
Yeah, 6 man of the year, but
they could have used some help at was the big position.
I think we're still keeping him, right?
You have the injury history. Robert Williams has been struggling to stay healthy over the last couple seasons.
We sent Gallo and Muscala over, so I think we're keeping him. Yeah.
Porzingis can stay relatively healthy. This feels like a real dub to me. And though he doesn't have the defensive versatility of Al Horford, obviously, I mean, Al Horford is 37 years old. Like, how long could we expect Al Horford to be at least a decent NBA player? Is he going to play until he's 40 and still give you quality minutes? I don't know. And this feels like a little bit of reassurance. Again, it's a 1-year rent to, but it could turn into something longer term depending on how the connection really works. Joe Mazzulla is going to have to really figure out how to work this rotation, and I'm assuming that he will be able to do it with the full offseason ahead of him. But I like the idea. I feel like when the Boston Celtics were at their best last season, it's when they made the adjustment. Ime Udoka made the adjustment to let Robert Williams be like the roamer instead of saying, hey, that's a center, you're a center, guard him 24/7. And allow Robert Williams to really showcase how...
Man, I miss Udoka, man. He was one of a kind coach.
This also allows that to be the case. I think that Porzingis and Robert Williams can play real minutes together, mostly because Porzingis has been a lights-out three-point shooter on the offensive side of the ball, and he's one of the premier
I've seen the highlights.
rim protection players in the league.
I was watching NBC Sports Boston last night before I went to bed, and they were talking about the trade, and they were showing some highlights of him scoring 3-pointers when he was basically smothered. The defender was right on him, pause. But he was able to shoot over them, hit those tough threes. So
this was not a super block heavy season for him, but we know he can't.
3-point percentage, 35%. Wait, hold on.
Block.
Similar players to Porzingis: Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, offense. Okay. Yeah, we got Rudy Gobert defense. Dwayne Dedman. Yeah, so... Okay. But... in terms of... these attributes over here... I think this is really good. He's very versatile, as it says there. He's very... I think he can adapt to our play style really well. Yeah. I mean, overall, pretty good. Solid offense, solid defense, solid, similar players, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard.
Heavy season for him, but we know he can't do that. I mean, he shot 38% from 3 last year. And for the most part, that has been relatively normal. The season before that was 31%, but the years before that was 37 to 36. So if you just nix out the 1 year where he was traded and also going through a lot of injuries, he's been a floor spacer. And we're not just talking about foot on the line 3-point shooter. Porzingis be shooting it from the half court line if you allow him to, and he's been able to knock it down. Yeah, I think
For real.
I think he's gone from a guy that everybody. Well, I was personally excited for him when he got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, that flamed out. It didn't work the way they wanted it to. They traded him for a Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans, like a really.
Bro, I forgot about that
strong
Dallas.
package.
I forgot he was even on the
Value and
Mavericks.
showcase to the world. Hey, I know I was an all-star when I was.
Did they
early.
trade him
I
for,
still got that. I mean, he was a borderline all-star this season. So,
like Jalen
again,
Brunson
I
or
see
something?
this for Celtics is an opportunity to
the
move
Knicks?
some things around and to really change things up at the end of the day. Flipping it to the Clippers side of things, they've been looking for a point guard for as long as this Kawhi Leonard, Paul George thing
Facts.
has been something.
Bro, who did they
And
even
Malcolm
have before
Brogdon had the
Paul?
one-year portion when he was a six-man
Before
of the year,
Russ?
But before that, he's been a high
Who was their
quality
point
starting
guard?
point guard
John
for pretty
Wall, I
much
think?
every year of his career, going back
And
to
then
his
he
rookie
got
season.
he went to
Malcolm
the
Brogdon isn't the
Rockets, I
type of
think.
point guard that I think a lot of people think about when they
I don't
think
think
about
he's
what the
playing,
Clippers
though.
need. I always think about a guy that can just get people in their spots. Like Chris Paul is available, and I guess this trade means that Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is available.
Or maybe he can still be a Clipper, and Malcolm Brogdon just resume the
He
roles
can be a
as a
Clipper
sixth
just for
man.
veteran
But I'm
experience. I
assuming
mean, they
as
have
of right
Kawhi
now,
and
this
Paul
is them saying,
George,
like, hey,
so
Malcolm, you're gonna be our
and
starting
Russ.
point guard. It's been a couple years since
Russ
we've seen
has
Malcolm
actually been
Brogdon
better
end up
than,
being that floor general type dude.
he's
And that
improved
was
from
the
his
years he
Laker
was
days, so I
overtaxed
think
in Indiana. And last year
if
they
you can
allowed
have,
him to-
with the new, how the new Clippers are looking, I don't know, are they still sending Morris to the Wizards? Didn't he play for the Wizards, or maybe that was the other Morris? But if they can have Zubac, Morris, Paul George, Kawhi, and then like Russ or then CP on the bench, that's pretty
Jets
solid.
deal it out.
Pretty solid
Sometimes he
team.
was garbage.
I don't know why they haven't even made it
See,
that
they
far in
were
the
Boston
playoffs.
Celtics and he was great.
They're a really good
You
team
just
when they're
look at the
healthy.
previous
They have
point guards that have been on this
3
team,
All-Stars,
Boston doing
potentially
the
4
Paul
in
George
Zubac.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Brogdon's
But
undoubtedly going to be the best guy.
injuries
Then
just been
again,
hurting
similar
them,
to
though.
Porzingis, the big question mark is, hey, how healthy?
And they have a
can he be
solid
for
bench,
full
too.
Season plus the postseason, and a team that already has 2 players on their roster, 2 stars in their roster that struggle to stay healthy. Maybe it's not the best fit, but this is an attempt worth taking. Because this is one of the most expensive teams in basketball, right? Like, undoubtedly, I think they're number 2 or number 3 or something like that. With Malcolm Brogdon to be on the last year of his deal, if this experiment doesn't work out, you could just wipe your hands of it and save a little bit of money right before that second apron comes in. And given what you gave up, I've talked to Clippers fans. None of them are Marcus Morris fans. I tell you that. A lot of them are trying to get Marcus
Morris is a very unlikable player. I like him, though. He has that dog in him. When he played for us 2019, 2018.
Was a real need for you. I see this.
He was all right.
Duh. The questions, of course, is can they keep Porzingis healthy and can they keep Malcolm Brogdon healthy? It's yet to be seen. But
honestly, I think what the Celtics would do, I think that, with the whole Porzingis, I think they will just have Porzingis in as center, Tatum power forward, Brown small forward, Derek White shooting guard, and honestly, I think Brogdon at point guard, just so that they don't have both injury prone Robert Williams and Porzingis, you know what I'm saying, and they sub in Robert Williams for Porzingis. That's honestly what I think they will do, but bro, I'm actually curious to see how the bench is gonna look like, because we gave up obviously Gallinari. I mean, he wasn't in the question. Our bench was like, we still have Pritchard. We still have Blake Griffin. I think he's gonna leave, because he said he wanted to compete for rings. He wants to go to a different team to chase another ring, or not another ring, but he wants to chase a ring. First of all, I think his best option is just to stay here. I mean, us Celtics fans, we like Blake Griffin. He's been pretty good. Obviously not his Lob City era prime, but he can. You guys remember that one game he had 15 points. He was just shooting threes consistently, looking like prime Steph Curry out there. But bro, if we can manage the bench. Because we only had to give up Gallinari. He was injured. It's not like we lost, we didn't lose that much. And Muscala. It's not like we lost, Brown or Tatum. We still have our core, We still have pretty much, the same bench and stuff. We still have Cornette, Pritchard, Grant Williams. So I don't know about Grant Williams. I've been seeing a lot of trade rumors, but that's just how it goes. People say stuff and it doesn't actually happen. But I think we're in good shape. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they work, how coach works out the starting lineups and everything with Porzingis. But I mean, they can try like having Porzingis and then Robert Williams play together with White, see how they play. Um, but I think coming on in the playoffs and closer to the playoffs and mid season, I think they're gonna want to keep Robert Williams on the bench and Porzingis starting, Tatum power forward, and all that good stuff. But the offseason just started. Almost the end of June. We still have 2 months left for something to happen. Who knows? What's coming down the line.
Relatively healthy seasons.
But I'm not,
Also in the
too satisfied just yet because I know we can do something
You know what I'm saying?
special in the
Let it go.
offseason.
You gave up Isaiah Todd, and you gave up Jordan Goodwin, and now you got Amir Coffey in the 30th overall pick. Oh man.
Yeah, no, 30.
Well, Wizards fans, this is what the start of a rebuild is like. When
That's
you
true.
wait a little bit too long to make it happen. Like,
Luckily, what
a
I'm saying,
lot of
I hadn't
teams that have been able
had
hit
to
that
experience
reset
a
button
rebuild.
at the right time, end up
I mean,
trading
when we
Paul
rebuilt
George
it in like
17,
2014, 15,
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
after
trade
Doc
Russell
Rivers
Westbrook
left,
for this and that, and then you end up with a million
I obviously
first-round
wasn't
picks
really
in the draft
a
well.
Celtics fan like
This is
that.
what you see in
I've been to a
between
game
Bradley
like
Beal,
2015
two
against the
best players,
Timberwolves.
trades away for
I
Bradley
barely
Beal,
remember
just
much of it.
overall pick. Just
But
showcase that you waited too long. I know this is a new regime, and you have to just give them the benefit of the
I've been a
doubt. You
Celtics
take what you
fan
could get.
ever since that game.
And what you could have got in this scenario.
And most
was
importantly,
a
I've been a
overall
fan
pick.
last year heavily when we were on that run, that playoffs run, the finals run. I became more invested now. I was watching every game. I watched every game last season. Never missed a game. And like, as for like, what I'm saying, Kyrie Irving days. You look at my YouTube channel, all my profile pictures on everything. It's Kyrie Irving. I'm a huge Kyrie Irving fan. I have 3 pairs of his shoes. So I remember those days when we had Kyrie. It sucked. We could have went to the finals if he wasn't injured, and Hayward. What that team could have accomplished, who knows what they could have accomplished. They could have done something special.
I'm not going that far because that's
But I actually met, funny story, I actually met one of the Celtics players because, in summer camp, obviously, but also in school, they had this, like, Celtics program. If you had perfect attendance, in middle school, then you would get to go to the Celtics event, which was held at the Reggie Lewis Track Center, if you guys know where that is. It's in Dorchester, like Roxbury area. But they had a bunch of games, basketball, games there. And, they gave us shirts. I still have the shirts. They still don't fit me. They're huge. But there was just a Celtics player there. Like, you could see he was walking around. They had a huge crowd following him. And I was like, who is this dude? And then word on the street had it was Aaron Baines. If you guys remember Aaron Baines when he played for us. Me personally, I didn't get a chance to meet him. I saw him, but I didn't really know who he was. And also, I went with summer camp too to the Basketball Hall of Fame. I think that was like the only time I went there. I want to go there again though, because I didn't get to experience it. I didn't get to take in what everything they had to offer there. Because with summer camp, it's limited. You get to see specific parts. You don't get to see everything because you're on a time schedule. But I actually went on the court and I actually got to, see and hear him talk about, the Celtics and basketball and stuff. He gave like a little, speech or whatever. Aaron Baines at the Basketball Hall of Fame. It was cool, but this is getting a little off topic, but those days were good to be a Celtics fan. I remember those days, 2017-18 days. Life was good then.
2 out of the 3 teams. I wonder if this is going to be these are going to be the biggest trades of the next couple days. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors with the draft being tomorrow and stuff.
Draft is actually today, the day I'm recording this. It's now 11:13, and also I will do my draft reaction.
This is all we got.
I will watch it live
This is how you subvert the
You know
expectations.
how I
So
like
nothing
post on my
happens, you're not
Snapchat
sad, but
story and
if something do
stuff.
happen,
But
you
I'm
know
gonna
what
keep
saying? You were super excited.
most of
Also,
the content on here on the YouTube.
the Celtics will not be.
I don't know. I'm either thinking I watch it live
which is
and then do my
interesting. I
honest
think that,
opinions, or I think I just watch
They
it,
didn't really love Greg Williams for whatever reason.
you know,
Last
for
year,
the first
they really
time
don't
tomorrow
play a
and do a
lot.
video
He
on
hit
it.
some really big shots
I don't know
in that
though.
one series. And then when it came to this year's playoffs, he didn't. Really
But
get a lot
you
of
guys
work.
already know
And
Wembanyama's
he's
going to the
gonna be out
Spurs,
there
obviously.
rotation for
So,
another team, and he's a quality NBA player. And I wonder what
and
type
then you
of
know,
guard
like Blazers
we're
are
gonna see
third pick,
for
they're gonna get
Grant
scooped.
Williams.
So
Wait,
it's
hold on, one last
it's
thing.
pretty
I'm trying to
predictable
get
draft,
those
you
down
know.
real fast. These are always my initial
But
reactions. Of course, I'm not married to.
there's
the
not really
Celtics,
much
but
talent
I want to go back.
outside
What
other
did
than
he-
like the
so,
top 5, top
the
10.
Pacers traded
Scoot,
away
you have the
Malcolm
Twins, you have
Brogdon
Wembanyama.
for
It's
Daniel Tice and a first-round pick.
whoa, hold on, Daniel Tice, who?
I want to go back. What did he? So, the Pacers traded away Malcolm Brogdon for Daniel Tice
Yeah.
and a first-round pick that was what 27th, right? 27th overall.
Yeah, I remember this. This was last season. During the offseason, we got Brogdon. We gave away Tice, who's been a long-time Celtics player since like 2017-18 days. He was alright. I mean, he wasn't the best. He was. I would say he was alright. He wasn't anything good, but he was solid. But I know we gave him to the Pacers, and we also gave Aaron Nesmith to the Pacers for Brogdon.
Brad Stevens
And Aaron Nesmith he's actually turned better. He's turned into a solid, you know, player over there. I think he's definitely been getting more minutes there. Because the Pacers obviously have less stars on their team. But him and Tice, I think Tice is their starting center. Don't quote me on that, but they're both definitely get more minutes, and they've gotten better. Which I'm happy for them. But you guys remember that one dunk Tatum had on Nesmith? That was nasty. I'm not gonna cap.
That's why I'm in the video. Brad Stevens is a good NBA coach.
That's true.
He might be a better front office dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. Brad Stevens. I miss him as coaching. He was a good coach. You know. He was coach for a long time since Doc Rivers left. So what, 2015, 14 till 2020, what, 1? Till 2021, yeah. Till that Ime Udoka came in. So who do we got here? Brian Scalabrine. I also saw their reaction on NBC Sports Boston, but I only saw a snippet. But there's all these videos we can react to. This is a 32-minute video. Wow, okay. Yeah. That's my honest opinion about the Celtics trade. Marcus Smart, the whole Porzingis deal. I'm obviously sad for Smart. I'm going to buy a Smart jersey just because I know they're going to, you know, go up in value. They're not going to sell them anymore, but it sucks to see him go. My bad, I had a hairball. But we get Porzingis. We didn't give up too much. We lost Smart in the process. Mixed emotions, obviously. But it happens. You know, if you want to rebuild, or excuse me, if you want to, you know, maximize the team's efforts in the playoffs and stuff, we're gonna have to give up, you know, some of our players. And it happens. Wizards are going into a rebuild, so Wizards fans, these next couple years are gonna suck. Trust me, we've been through it. The Isaiah Thomas days, you know, rebuilding to get Tatum and Brown. You know, but this is just the process, man. So, yeah. As per usual, comment down below what I should react to next. You know, let me know in the comments what are you guys' thoughts on this trade. And, yeah, just know that there's more to come in the offseason. And this is only the start. I'm obviously sad, devastated, but I have some optimism. In the upcoming season. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Comment down below what I should react to next. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.